Good evening, everyone. I think I am visible and audible. I welcome you once again for this today's session. Today's session, we are talking about the legal shields. How one can prevent any untoward incident. Being a certified cosmetologist or aesthetician or certified aesthetic practitioner, or for that matter, cosmetic surgeon, plastic surgeon, whatever the terminologies. We have to be very careful about the terminologies also. Today we will cover that also. So I welcome you all who are all existing practitioners in this emerging field. There is no problem in the field. It is a wonderful field, but we have to analyze the legal aspects. Without knowing anything, you should not jump into any kind of emerging discipline, because there is chance for misrepresentation, misinformation, and finally you being an adult, you cannot say I don't know, because ignorance of law is not an excuse in Indian legal system. Tomorrow you cannot say that I don't know, I am not aware of that. So today we are going to give that awareness. As I already asked you, any freshers about to start the practice means you just inform me in the chat box, because today's content is formulated basically for the existing practitioners, not for the persons who are all about to start their practice. And in fact, I am not advising those people who are all about to start, because the situation is like that. You may lose the interest also in the field if I tell the other side of the story. So getting into the session today, I am asking you, what is quackery? Because I could see in various press release, nowadays YouTubers knows everything. So they also tell about quackery, and there are some inference, even FIRs filed against the doctors under Quackery Act. Very funny thing. My understanding as a student of law, student of medicine, student of forensics, what I understand is Quackery Act cannot be implemented upon any kind of doctor. Let it be the doctor may be modern medicine or non-modern medicine, AYUSH, or any registered practitioner cannot be called as quack. That is what my understanding says. But whatever you are listening is true only. There is an allegation, there is a complaint, there is an accusation, there is a charge of impersonation. That means there will be filing of charges. And what is FIR means? First information report. They have to take the information. When the complaint itself being filed by Indian Medical Association, Indian Dental Association, Indian Association of Dermatologists, Venereologists, Leprologists, pressure groups, State Medical Council, Dental Council, any interested group, even by the patient, motivated by the rival practitioner, the police will get into the things. And what is attracting the police to go to the FIR is the terminologies you do use about yourself, how you are describing about your practice. Like nowadays, the fashion is many calling themselves celebrity cosmetologist, aesthetic physician, facial plastic surgeon. These are all the terminologies which is attracting the law enforcement agencies to go and file an FIR against you for the sake of impersonation, cheating, negligence, criminal intimidation, forgery, all these sections. I am not here to tell about the sections. That will be purely a legal class, but I am giving you the awareness, medico-legally, how to safeguard yourself. So if you ask me in simple words, what is quackery means, nobody is there. You are none to practice in the medical field. You are completely from other background or unqualified. Then you will be called as a quack. If at all, if you are a qualified dentist, qualified an MBBS, qualified ENT surgeon, qualified ophthalmic surgeon, qualified AYUSH practitioner, or yes, for that matter, physiotherapist, and you are involving yourself in the cosmetic procedure and you are playing your part. I am not saying you are one and only the person who is dealing everything A to Z in the cosmetic procedure. That is against the spirit of multidisciplinary approach. That you have to understand. Then you will not give room to the growth, cross-disciplinary research, and as per Indian Constitution, the fundamental duty, Article 51A(j) says, every doctor, for that matter, every citizen, they have to excel in their career. That means you should not stop where you have left the medical school or dental school. So when you are starting new things, then how it would be amount to a quackery? Because for doctors and lawyers, they used to say practice. What do you mean by practice? Practice means you are doing something and you are day by day excelling in that thing, and there is no claim that you are an expert in that particular field. That is why the lawyers and doctors are calling themselves, I am practicing. So while you are practicing, if you are branded as a quack, then it is that something is fishy. That means there is a strong body in between, which is misrepresenting. And also we should blame the people who are all being charged with these claims, because they are, without knowing the seriousness, without knowing the legalities, they are going and shouting in the outer market. They put reels, Facebook, short videos, YouTube short videos, and claiming whatever they are not ought to be. That is why they are being charged. So be careful about your rivalry, because the charges are either from the patient. Normally the patients are going against you, means they might be knowing about you something or the other, either directly or indirectly, or they might have been tutored by the rival groups. I could see there is an organized group of people who could launch paid news campaign. And I have heard certain people from Kerala, they organize funds to pay to the press and the paid news, which is unethical. On behalf of, if you ask any journalist, they will say paid news is unethical completely. It is wrong. It's not only civil wrong, it's a criminal wrong, because you are implanting some false news. So why I am coming to this conclusion means, these news items coming as a sudden surge, like it's starting from one state, and just like a COVID, it's spreading to the another state. How come the news item will be directly popping up in one unified approach? Like the matter starting with Karnataka, then Kerala, Maharashtra, then again coming to Telangana, then Andhra, then all this. When I am doing some research, the news item also often having one particular organization called Indian Association of Dermatologists, Venereologists, Leprologists. And if I see that organization in a plain understanding, there is no such word called cosmetology or trichology or aesthetic science in their association name. Then why they are coming? Why they are coming to the picture? Maybe two reasons. One is they are too much of affectionate towards the public, common public, so that they are too much caring about their safety, public safety. So they are not allowing other so-called unqualified people not to practice in the domain. The other reason may be, they may be feeling it competitive, because of course they are spending too much to get into this field. And when the other stream of people, without spending too much, they are excelling, they are getting more patients, they may financially be broken and they may outburst through these strategies. But whatever may be the reason, we have to approach the matter legally, ethically, should not be approached sentimentally, because it will reach, it will land you in a trouble of the inter-professional clash only, nothing else. So second thing, immediately when you have the doubt, the cosmetic practitioners normally approach the legal advisors, lawyers, advocates, legal firms, and there are 20 lakh plus lawyers in the country. And how many of them are well versed with medico-legal and cosmetic law? Very, very rare, because many lawyers, they are also in touch with me. They are totally new to this inter-rivalry approaches, like quackery claims. One doctor saying you are quack, another doctor saying no, you are quack. And this matter will reach the political heads very lately, because at the end of the day, we have to get the reasons and solution from the political heads only. But right now, it is not that much blown up in the public. It is not. It is blowing up between the professionals. And one news item comes, then the rebuttal starts, then another news item comes. Then it has triggered me, like my team also, to get into this, the nitty-gritties of the legalities, and we are time and again enlightening you people. So my research says last 10 to 15 years, I am into this medico-legal, and particularly in the cosmetic law. And last few years, I am very much deeply analyzing this. What I am understanding is two things you yourself inviting the problem. One is how you are portraying yourself in your clinic board, letterhead, visiting card, and in your social media profiles. If how you are portraying yourself. There are many talented fillers. They do Botox, fillers on face from dental background. If you look into their websites, their LinkedIn profile, their Instagram profile, there is not even a single mentioning about themselves as they are belonging to the student of dentistry. That means you are hiding something, means there is a element of guilt. In Indian Penal Code, right now it is Bharat Nyaya Sanhita. If you look into the spirit of the every sections, it is addressing to the criminal mindset, not the action per se. For example, action may be accidental also. Action may be misrepresentation by mistake also, without any feeling of guilt. So the mindset, when you are hiding something, commission or omission is a crime. So when you are hiding something, you are not telling your qualification, your background, and you are using the misnomers like celebrity cosmetologist, aesthetic doctor, and facial plastic surgeon. Then you are attracting the problem, the first problem, first step, you yourself. The karma starts from yourself. And tomorrow when you are defending yourself also, you could not defend. Then the opposite side, court or law enforcement agencies will ask you, if you are so genuine, if you are so innocent, why are you hiding about your qualifications? So that problem starts. And second problem is your certifications. Whatever certifications you are possessing, some people hanging in their clinics, some people hanging in their clinic walls, some people hanging in the social media walls. If not directly the certification, but they give that clue that where they have got that right to practice in cosmetic procedures. So I will come later when your institute or academy or mentor is having a role to play in defending you. There is definitely a role. I request all the institutes, academies and mentors, take it from me. You are not going anywhere. You are there when your candidate is in trouble. Definitely you will be summoned either by the police if it is in FIR or by the court. When they are producing your document signed by you, your team, your institute, your academy. And I could see many institutes, academies and mentors. They are using very mysterious logos. Even they are daring to use Government of India logos, like that 4 lions, they are using it. And they are misrepresenting with, there are some smart mentors or academies or institutes. They are using National Skill Development Corporation's certification and logo in their certificate. It is meant for 10th plus 2, electrician, fitter, plumber kind of thing. And why you are issuing that certificate to the doctor, the qualified medical professional? That means you yourself saying that my candidate is a quack. Because they are going to treat the medicines, the scheduled drugs. They are going to operate on the face, operate on the body, in their chambers, in their clinics. When they are hanging the certification given by you, recklessly given by you, having the logos of irrelevant bodies. I could see the other day one candidate was showing to me that, sir, check this certificate and tell me. I could see the certification is bearing some foreign countries, Germany, Sweden, And there is some certification, ISO certification, some IAO for what? What is the relation between cosmetic procedure and that organization? And some people having some certifications like some skill development, not even NSDC, some other skill body. There are many duplicate skill development organizations also in the country. So those things, it's fair enough for beauty parlors or non-doctors. But when you are using that certification and you are claiming yourself facial plastic surgeon, then you should be surprised if FIR is not filed. Because the patient may twist the story later. The patient may say that I was under the impression I have given the consent form. Even if you have the consent form, it won't work. Because you have taken the consent with the ulterior motive. You have taken the consent from the patient without applying your mind, hiding your qualifications, all sections. So a funny thing here is I am telling this FIR matter from past 4-5 years. Dr. Kaustov, you are appearing every webinar. You are asking the same question again and again. When I am asking questions, you put the questions. If you put these questions, if I start telling you the reply, then the flow will be broken. So when I am asking, you can reply. So the certification point of view. Then some people are showing some UGC approved. UGC. Take it from me, UGC is nothing to do in the clinical practice. Because UGC is a University Grants Commission. It is for like MSc, UGC means it's Master of Science in Physics, Chemistry, Botany, Zoology, all kind of things. So UGC cannot give any certification, let it be a fellowship or let it be the master's program. So there are some people showing the certifications from foreign countries, and some people, they are showing the certification of multiple logos. So tell me one thing, when the complaint is going to the, for example, the police or the court is perusing your document, the court will normally look into your face value and your documents, whatever you produce, and they used to summon or they used to ask a validation certificate. So how would you go to your institute or academy or mentor and asking for validation certification? Because they themselves will be running pillar to post when you are being caught. Do you think they will come and stand with you in the court and produce a validation certificate? What certificate they will produce? For example, they are using government logo. How would they produce government? How they will drag the government into picture? So definitely they are not going to come. So that is why I am telling time and again, all you students of some academy or institute or mentor, right now draft an email. This is the condition going on. Tomorrow, if I am being called by any law enforcement agency or rival or a patient or some civil case in the court, in consumer forum, so I am going to produce your certification given by you. And while giving that certification, you have to at least present a affidavit, a validation certificate, or you stand as amicus curiae to the case. You will you or not? You ask them. You ask them in the email. Bring it on record. If they are refusing, evading, then you start the process from today. Why are you waiting? Because if you see your +2 board examination, 10th board examination, there will be one board for particular state board or central board, CBSE or ICSE. There is no private educational board. If at all, if there is any private educational board, it is not valid. Some people possessing such certificate recklessly, the certificate issued by XYZ educational board. So it is needless to say, it's manipulation of fact, misrepresentation. So the section, when it is filed against you, the misimpersonation, what will you do? The section will say that so-and-so doctor having some educational board which is not existing in the country, neither in India or abroad, but they are using the certification to attract the patients. That means you are already in the net of the law. You have to come out. The ignorance of law is not an excuse, as I told. So how would you come out? By the time if you go to your institute, they will be very, very frankly, gently, diplomatically, they will say this certification is just for the fees you paid or knowledge purpose. When did we say to hang in your clinic? They will reply like this. Even if the court is calling themselves, they will come and tell in the court, no, no, the certification is not for practice. Because they cleverly took undertaking with you that all this practicing right belonging to the state government, because health is the state subject. Whatever we have trained for that, we have certified, and the certification cannot be hung in the clinic. So then you will be sandwiched between the law, the complainant, and the institute, and there is no room to come out. So that is why I am warning. And I just started that funny thing that I told all these things 4 or 5 years back. People were laughing. They are saying this Dr. V.K. Swamy unnecessarily panicking the crowd, unnecessarily going too much and telling FIR. How it will be possible? How a FIR can be filed against a qualified doctor? Today I am telling whatever I was telling. You go back my webinars, past webinars, and see everything is happening. It's not a rocket science. When you are misrepresenting some fact, one day or the other, you will be caught. So immediately you go and remove all your questionable documents which you are not confident enough. If you have taken a certification, UG or PG from statutory bodies like Medical Council, Dental Council, AYUSH Council, Yoga, Ayurvedic, Unani, Siddha, it's fine. Other than that, any certification, check it. At least you consult with your known people, or you can at least for the sake of emergency, I am saying you can reach me out also. Freely I can tell you whether it is right or wrong. Then you understand. Now, even whatever I am telling you, don't believe. You ask the reasons. You go with the reasons and legal things. Then only you have to believe. So, coming to the prevention point of view, what to display, what to claim, how to call yourself, you should be careful. Second thing, when you are filing, when you have got the FIR, don't worry. When the FIR is not the punishment. First information report. So when you got the FIR, suddenly you don't go and surrender. Don't give it in anything in writing. For example, before FIR also you will get the symptom. I was getting some phone calls from ENT surgeons, ophthalmologists, both PG and diploma, and maxillofacial surgeons, because there was a FIR filed in Kerala against maxillofacial surgeon. So the illusion created by the dental council and the concerned body representing the oral maxillofacial surgeons, they were telling time and again, no, you are exempted. You can do whatever you want on the face. You are already, we have dealt the concerned authorities. End of the day, what happened? FIR has been filed. I was telling the same thing from day one. Don't believe any piece of papers getting in your circulation. You apply your mind. If oral maxillofacial surgeons are readily qualified to do cosmetic procedures, how come their concerned UGs and other PGs becoming quack? Apply your mind. The 3 years MDS course in oral maxillofacial surgery related to the parent discipline only, dentistry, and the upper and lower jaw, we are calling it mandible and maxilla, and that is called the region. The total region is called oral maxillofacial. If you are MDS oral maxillofacial surgeons calling yourself with Master of Oral Maxillofacial Surgery, then the UG may call Bachelor of Oral Maxillofacial Surgery. How come the same discipline, same domain, one group of people getting exemption? There is a trick. Hardly 30-40 OM of surgeons doing cosmetic procedures. So what happened? There is a nexus between these rival groups, pressure groups from Dermatology Association. They analyze the data and finally they come to the conclusion, like, let the people be divided and ruled. Like, let us say 30-40 people are not going to create big competition. So they are not opposing initially, but right now the FIR filed. What do you say? What would you say today? An FIR is in the market. It is there in the media. It is getting circulated against an oral maxillofacial surgeon. FIR is filed by the patient because the patient is saying the so-and-so person is a dentist and he is involving in non-dental procedures. So that is misrepresentation. And the copy circulating, the person allegedly calling himself like facial plastic surgeon. Right now, I am showing to you in the LinkedIn profile how many oral maxillofacial surgeons calling themselves facial plastic surgeon. Then principle of parity. If you apply the law to everyone, everybody will be under trouble only. So what you display, how you claim yourself matters, because that is the proof against you yourself. And nobody can come and save you by the time. You cannot take the grounds like I am not aware of that, because ignorance of law is not an excuse. So how to brand? I am giving you one very simple shortcut. How to brand yourself. You need not think too much. You need not be the legally aware person also. What to do? Don't put your name. Never ever put your name in the brand. Keep the brand separate. Like see the brand, Apollo, Fortis. There is no name. So when you are branding, don't use your name, first of all. I am not saying it's prohibited. That is your wish. Branding can be of, unless and until you are coming from the very famous lineage or you yourself a very famous person, very famous person, then you can go with your name. Otherwise, what is the necessity of going with your name? Because the moment you are going with your name, what happens? They are saying being a non-dermatologist, or again, the story here is who will practice cosmetology is not yet defined by law. That is why this much, that is why today we are sitting and discussing. So the public opinion is only dermatologists can practice the cosmetology procedure because of the money power, muscle power, and the unity among the particular association from the dermatologists. They manage the show. They manage the paid news campaign throughout India. And they are not having any shy or shame to call another qualified doctor as quack. And they are going behind the patients also, they tutor them, and the patients end of the day going to the police station and showing all the records. See, this person belonging to AYUSH background, dental background, but they are doing the other side. They are doing bariatric surgery, they are doing vaginoplasty, they are doing, I am not displaying any such procedures. But you tell me how this room is being created, because your branding is having some flaw. You are projecting yourself. Go for multidisciplinary. If you are learning new things, why you are sticking to your own discipline? And secondly, whenever you are opening the clinic, don't mix up the things. Like I could see ENT and cosmetic aesthetic center. Why? Make a brand, in that you put a division, ENT division, cosmetic division, skin, hair, nothing. No problem. Even if you are an uneducated fellow, you can be the director of the brand. You can sit as a director in the same campus, and you can run the show by appointing concerned specialists. So this is one thing, branding, how you display. And for that, I have already told, you can note down triple layer protection with corporate shield. This is the concept we have developed. Triple layer protection with corporate shield. I will quickly explain. What is triple layer? You have to show to the public, law enforcement agencies, court, and to the patient that you are functioning under some XYZ council. So for the dentist, I am saying dental council will not adopt you when you practice cosmetology, because DCA Act doesn't permit cosmetic procedures. Medical council, they are not in a mood to support you. Is there any other council? So you have to rely on the voluntary self-regulatory councils like COCTRASI, the Council of Cosmetology, Trichology, Regenerative, Aesthetic Sciences of India. So one council you have to show, any council. If you find a better council than this, you choose, not an issue. But it should be carrying the word council. Generically, they should mention Council of Cosmetology, Trichology, Regenerative, Aesthetic Sciences of India. If you find this terminology and it is coming under council, because council means it's council. Council is not a noun. Here, government sees the query. They approve the application. When somebody is going for getting themselves under voluntary self-regulatory organization. For example, if you go and type in the Google, COCTRASI stands for, it is saying, you use your common sense. Voluntary self-regulatory organization in the field of cosmetology, trichology, regenerative, aesthetic science of India. So one council and one association. First layer is council, the other layer is association. So I could see you don't become an association, don't join the association where your institute owner, your mentor, your academy person, when they float to the association, don't join. Because they are floating the association to safeguard their certifications. Because they are in trouble. When their students are facing raids, FIRs, they are already in trouble. Many such big shots in the market, they are already planning to vacate India. They made crores through these programs. And they are even appointing their legal hires also. They put their relatives, friends to run after their show. And you may see some ads going on in the market just to divert you that we are still in the operation. But they already quit the operation and they left the country. So those kind of people, when they float their association, don't join. That is nothing but you are going and taking part in their crime, in their certification mafia. So because they are all not proper in the certification. Somebody calling they are certified from Germany, then tomorrow the judge will say, bring a letter from government of Germany. Where will you bring? So better don't show those certifications. You can keep it in the certifications in your cupboard. Don't hang in your clinic. Or don't show in the social media. Remove your social media profile. You first of all go and remove social media profile, whichever claiming which you are not, or suspicious, or questionable. So those matters you can consult with me. What to write, how to project yourself. So when you are going for a corporatization, when you are going for a corporate shield, you have to first clear your certification, then you go. Because here also I could see many such players who is calling themselves mentors and running institutes, signing in their signatures in the certifications. They have floated these associations to shield themselves. So legally speaking, this concept is branded as unveiling the corporate wheel. So this is a judicial concept. When the judge is having doubt, they will unveil, they will open up the corporate system and they will look into why they have created this. Then you will be caught. So join with the association. I recommend DFASIA, Dentofacial Aestheticians, Cosmetologists, Trichology India Association. This is only doing association business. No institute, no training, no commercial activities. So like that you have to choose, and it should be having generic name. It should not be like XYZ persons association. No. And it should be registered with government. And it should be verifiable. Even the judge types, there will be a document coming. Yes, it is registered. Then that association you choose. So I chose COCTRASI, DFASIA, Dentofacial Aestheticians, Cosmetology, Trichology India Association for dental origin, because dentists are major today also, I could see. And other than dentists, I am introducing one more affiliation, that is REFOAMS, REFOAMS. This is just now launched. That is for ENT, optal and oral maxillofacial surgeons. For OMF surgeons, I leave it to you whether you are depending on your or our medical council, dental council, or your association, or you are joining yourself with the union of ENT surgeons and ophthalmic surgeons. There are two terminologies in the market. MD ophthalmology, they are calling ophthalmologist, and MS ophthalmology, that is ophthalmic surgeon. Both are valid. Because the AIMS, the National All India Institute of Medical Sciences, call themselves MD ophthalmology, and other institute, major institute, calling MS ophthalmology. So both the things, you have to cover the entire facial region. So this is the recommendation I am giving. REFOAMS, Regenerative Aesthetic Federation of Ocular, Auditory and Maxillofacial Surgeons. The short form is REFOAMS. To remember this, it's a new one. So you can, anybody can type in the chat box. Dr. Costa, why don't you type? You are a very senior person. Every time you are appearing in the webinars, but I don't know about your clinic. I have to visit your clinic and see. So Dr. Sunita Jain asking about what about MBBS anesthetists, which association to join? That is what I'm saying. You join in REFOAMS, REFOAMS. So it's all about the game, is understand the game, all about terminology. The police, the court understands only the terminology, not your skill. They don't know. They don't know about what is your zygomatic region, what is your alveolar region, what is your craniofacial, maxillary. They don't know. They go with the terminology. You be in this association. Definitely, when you are part of the association, the process will be slowed down. They will call for the association for the clarity. Judges are not sitting there with their seat just like that. They will analyze. So the moment you are showing some self-appointed, some association, your academic director, academic owner, himself or herself floating an association, be careful, don't join, because that is for protecting them, not yourself. So as I told, I am discussing with the legal authorities, dentists can be added in reforms as an associated member at least. Even if you don't derive anything, just take some at least student membership. Take some student membership, because this is authorized and coming under COCTRASI. These reforms coming under COCTRASI, and there is some very beautiful legal backup is there. So reforms can be taken care of anything, everything coming under head and neck region. So tomorrow, dermatologists cannot blame. What are you doing? You tell them, come and see what we are doing, we will tell you. And you only encroach your field, entering into head and neck region and saying all others quacks. In fact, the very disturbing fact is, to the entire world, the dentists, the original dentists are the one who introduced local anesthesia to the world. And today they are being blamed as quacks by those who never studied about anesthesia, local anesthesia, in their entire UG/PG. So this is the irony. So I cannot go and help, because I cannot go and advise. You can call me as expert witness to give testimony in the court as a medico-legal expert, as a forensic expert, as a clinician, as a medical fraternity, as a lawyer. You can call me, but I cannot twist the fact. I cannot change the document they are holding against you. So whenever you are having the suspicion that somebody visited you, somebody came just like that, some officers, government official, municipality or corporation, and they went without any clue, they went. You should be carefully waiting for the notice, because they come like that. They first see which association you belong to, what you are claiming, how you are displaying all this. So one council, one association, and one forum. So third layer is forum. So without forum, you cannot practice a emerging discipline, because tomorrow some person may be dragging you into the court, and there will be a third party appearing on behalf of you, purely of legality, purely of medico-legal. So one forum also you should take a membership. So here in triple layer means, the first layer you should have your fellowship and membership, both. And the second layer, association membership. And third layer, forum membership. This is enough to practice a one discipline. If you want to upgrade more and more, you join with more and more fellowship programs. And this is the structure. And the structure not stopping here. Once you have done with your certification, then you come with your institute. You convert your clinic into institute. I'm telling you today, there is a benefit. Don't see nowadays, no hotel, restaurant is depending on the walking customer. Zomato, Swiggy, any restaurant you see without having affiliation with Zomato, Swiggy, and there is no such person. In olden days, they run their vehicles, four-wheelers, running travels. Now everybody having link with this Uber, Ola, Rapido, all this. So in the clinical practice also, don't depend on your street and individual person-based clinic. That is gone, because there is a multidisciplinary approach. You will be caught when you are doing enthusiastically, which is not covered in your domain. They will blame you as quack. Now the trend is like that, and they ask hefty money. The patient blackmails. So you, whatever it is, even if you have a small room, you go for the registration as a corporate entity, because I have conducted one full 1 hour webinar related to how to corporatize, how to call yourself, shift yourself, your clinic into industry. Because there is a Supreme Court definition, how to call an industry and how to not to call as an industry. So there was a case, Safdarjung Hospital involved in that case. They finally told there are two judgments. One judgment says it is not an industry, it is hospital. The another judgment says it is an industry as long as related to the workers. doctors, non-paramedic staff is concerned, that is industry. For treatments and study purpose, it is coming under medical college or hospital. So that is a landmark judgment. So you convert your clinic into an industry in the sense corporate industry, and you approach the triple layers, like I told, COCTRASI, DFACIA or REFOAMS, and Medico-Legal Forum, Jurisprudencia Medicina is the Medico-Legal Forum. Dr. Kaustav, since you are a person appearing all our webinars, can you spell out Jurisprudencia Medicina for me, please? What is Jurisprudencia Medicina? That is called a Medico-Legal Forum. So you ask with them, at least you undergo some kind of brainstorming session. You meet with the legal team, or you can ask for a particular webinar with us. Our team also, I think they will be presenting here. So you will get that guidance. At least if I could not spend around 1 hour, 2 hours to you, there is a webinar is there already conducted for a particular topic. You can get it and watch, and you can do your own research, because whatever I am telling to you is already known to you. But sometimes, somewhere or the other, you are being lethargic, or you are being not careful about the terminologies or words or laws. So that is my work. My work is doing research and giving to you whatever I have learned, and even whatever I have observed, because I become now a center point. At least you believe my resources. Because immediately whoever getting any problem, they are calling me or sending me. I don't know where my number is distributed. Anyhow, they will reach me. Immediately, within seconds, I am getting the notifications. I don't know how. So utilize that. I am also giving it to you. A lot of WhatsApp group, more than 350 WhatsApp groups I used to write and forward. And people keep forwarding. And one disturbing news is the latest FIR filed in Kerala also. They have used my awareness documents in their bunch of documents. So 50% I am telling, oh, I have reached throughout length and breadth of the country. The other hand, how they are misusing the knowledge. Because I am not against anybody practicing anything. What I am against is, if you are knowingly doing, you go for the punishment. Without knowing, why should you? So an innocent should not be punished. Indian law we follow, unless proved guilty, everybody are innocent. So far so good. Anybody having any doubt? Now you tell me. Now you message. I will take up your question. Then I will conclude. Because I should not exceed 1 hour. Then you people won't come for the next meeting. I should stick to the time. Any of the team member can tell me that 1 hour is over? If 5 to 10 minutes left out, I can sum up.
Yeah, we have around 8 minutes.
How much time I have?
8 minutes.
Can you type in the chat box? I could not audible. You are not audible. Any questions, please? I will take 10 more minutes, because we started a little bit late. 4 or 5 minutes we have spent. See, for your knowledge, I am saying, don't take it seriously. The sections normally I found in the FIRs, like cheating, 420 IPC, 318 BNS. BNS is the newer version of IPC, Indian Penal Code. And they also put negligence, 336 IPC, and new section is 122. And impersonation, 419. And the new section is BNS, 316. Criminal intimidation, 506 IPC, and 351 in the BNS. Forgery, 465, 468, and new section is 334. So, quickly, how to rebut these charges quickly. Since there is no question, I will conclude. So, as soon as you get the FIR, don't be panic. FIR is the first information report, but don't give anything in writing without consulting your lawyer, your advocate. If you are from Medico-Legal Forum, then let me read out some questions. As an MBBS also used to practice skin and treat all fields. After that, I did anesthesia, and past few years I am into aesthetics. That is enough. Dr. Sunita, you are there in past few years into aesthetics. That is Fair enough. But you tell me one thing, how would you prove to the third party, law enforcement agency or to the court, that you have experience in aesthetics? And there is no such field called aesthetics. But you can claim, I do these procedures. I do Botox, fillers, peels, lasers, PRP, PRF, regenerative, all this you are doing. No, so you have to document it under triple layer, one council, one association, one forum. There you come with your documents, get in writing, get the certification, and then you call yourself, not just like that, you call yourself COCTRASI certified facial esthetician, COCTRASI certified clinical cosmetologist. Then they will ask the COCTRASI what, how, and all, then we will reply. So your problem will become the council's problem, because council is approved by government. We will ask the government only again, why did you approve? Because cosmetology per se is not part and parcel of medical science. If cosmetology is part of medical science, why it is not available in AIMS? All India Institute of Medical Sciences, this is country's premier institution, where there is no cosmetology department, where there is no aesthetic department, because that is not at all a department. You yourself invented that department. Now that is being planned to hijack by the dermats, and you don't have the proof, so they are winning. I could see the compartmental winning, not the final building. They can threaten you by FIR raids and intimidate you in the social media and the other things. So you should have that triple layer, and the third one, COCTRASI, REFOAMS, and the third one is Jurisprudencia Medicina. See, there are a lot of COCTRASI certified fellows I could know, but they don't attend these webinars because they are cleared. They have cleared the concept. So I request all the old COCTRASI and DFACIA and REFOAMS and Medico-Legal Forum members to go and conduct webinars like this. I am not the only person to take care of this. I am just like that. Some people demanded, just today I am sitting in front of you. Otherwise, this webinar, you take it recording from our team, you watch, add your points, you conduct webinars, you go and reach out the public. So the knowledge is the weapon. So I personally take this matter. When a qualified person, let it be MBBS, BDS, MD, MS, MCH, or AYUSH, when they are learning something and practicing, and if you are calling themselves quack, then how the new medicines will be invented in the country? That is very pathetic situation. Then they have to leave the country. There is no other way. So I have taken this matter seriously. And newspapers also, without any consideration, publishing the news items. Newspapers, they are calling like flash news. A lot of things, issues going on in the country. Law and order issue, farmers issue, they are committing suicide, and many other deadly diseases. There is no medicine. Hepatitis B is killing. We cannot vaccinate, and even COVID also, lot of repercussions happening there. These things nobody is carrying. The news channels are interested who is making eyebrows, who is doing permanent makeup, who is doing micro needling, and that is becoming quackery. Then you go to the temples and other religious places where they are transferring their heads, they are giving donation of their hairs, they are also using some blade or something. There also infection is possible. So that job also can be appointed by doctors or not? That is the impression. As a common man, I am asking. Because in last 3-4 days, I could see how every news channel, every newspaper, I have seen in Times of India, the Hindu. So I am a little bit confused how much money they are spending, the interested groups, to plot this news. So Jurisprudencia Medicina is not Forensic Odontology Council. It is a body coming under CAFO JPM, wherein forensic odontology also part and parcel. So this is the thing. Cost of this triple layer protection, let me know, COCTRASI. See, cost, there is no secret. The lifetime membership, they are giving around 25,000 lifetime membership. And normally the price is kept 50,000 for lifetime membership. But when you are taking this more than one layer, triple layer, just 25,000 per council, you can get into the lifetime membership. And once if you become a lifetime member, the fellowship and all, you can claim up to 50% discount. Because memberships are meant for that only. Avail the discounted this thing. So whatever the market rate, you can pay only 50% if you are a member, if you are a triple layer protected person. But main thing what you are getting is I am not interested in this main aspect is not about the finance, but the shelter you are getting is, I could say, it's worth of, you could say up to 1 crore, you can say it's worth. You are not going to pay that much, very, very minimum. But the facility you are getting, because tomorrow if you are caught, when you are caught, the legal advisor will charge you, but he will not win the case. Take it from me. First, you bring your legal advisor, your advocate on Zoom, one-on-one. I will ask few questions. He will not answer in the court. It's a very, very delicate field. It's a very, very minute field. Better you learn the law and fight yourself. I am ready. How many of you are to, I will conduct 5 classes, complete applied law I will cover related to practice. How many of you today ready to join? This is an offer, open offer. Since you are discussing about finance, it should not be taken that finance is our orientation. Finance will be our orientation, but that is not the primary concern. Primary concern is now the threat to the practice, common practice. So type your number here, or I am in, so that our any of our team members just approach whoever saying I am in. So I am going to conduct 5 classes. Each classes will be 3 hours. We will discuss about complete law, medico-legal law, free of cost. And I will not issue any certification. For certification, you pay to the jurisprudence of medicine. I will complete you. We will open it up. We will keep only 10 people in a batch, and open the dialogue. I will not mute you. Just interact and complete. You represent yourself. Even if you bring any top paid advocate to the court, they will not argue in your favor. He will say, Madam, sir, how you have gone into this? You should not supposed to do. They will advise you, because they are all well versed with the law. They don't know how the new things are being invented by the medical fraternity. In India, we are shameful of the research and development is not in our control. Research and development in the scientist control. And I want to share one thing. There is some stem cell research classes I have organized in no loss, no profit basis in Chennai. And that is being organized by a scientist. He was there in AIMS and he is a scientist. And there are some MBBS, some dermats, some dentists also attending that class. And they come to know why these things are not taught in the medical colleges, dental colleges, PGs. And it is not at a therapeutic treatment till date, the stem cells. It is under research only. And if you see the rates, cost, it is 10 to 15 times of what it to be, according to the margin. I know what is the margin you are expecting. So that much lucrative, and that is being given in the hands of the scientists. Why? Because the moment the doctors trying to know new things, they are being compelled with the other pressure groups not to learn, not to practice, and branded with quackery. Then how then they will shut down their practice also, or they will do only whatever they are in. So you have completed your UG or PG in 20-25 years. After that entire lifetime, you should not learn. This is what they are saying. And all blame I am putting on the mentors, institutes, academies. They are not only distributing their inappropriate certification. I am not saying willfully. They may be ignored. They may be concentrating on their income rather than the legality, or they may be with ulterior motive of spoiling the industry. I could say like that. So you have to understand, any institute, academy having the words, terminologies, medicine and surgery, don't join. That has to be used only by medical council and other statutory body approved institute only. So any body, any institute, academy teaching cosmetology, trichology, if it is starting with I, if they are using medicine word in their nomenclature, don't join. That is not legal. Tomorrow you cannot prove it. So wherever you study, not an issue. Have one council, one association, one forum, triple layer, plus what have I told, corporatize. And you need strong legal advice. Not only legal advice, you should have advice from the auditor, company secretary, how to establish a single room clinic also. It is possible to establish a one-person company, private limited company, limited liability partnership, like that. So when you establish that, you put a brand. Under that brand, you put, what I am saying is, whoever practicing cosmetology, trichology, add weight loss, add your anti-aging, add your metabolic balance, dietetics, combinedly, make a brand and convert your clinic into wellness center. So by the time the impression will be, the owner of the premise, owner of the corporate is a so-and-so specialist, but he or she is managing the entire multidisciplinary, means nobody is there putting the torch and come, how you are belonging to this category, how you are practicing that and all. Then nobody will blame that. Court will not listen. Court will laugh at them. Police will not take the case. So, but at the same time, without rectifying your certification, if you directly go for corporatization, then that is also crime. That means to hide something you are doing, you are misusing the law. So I should not be blamed for that. First, you go with the proper certification, triple layer, then you go for the corporatization. I am with you. And any kind of legal advice, you take the appointment and talk over phone or come to these kinds of webinars, it's free. From my side, I am giving it free. If you are being given, the link is given by some institute, they will charge you. But I am not charging for this webinar also. So with this good note, we are concluding this 1 hour exactly. Any other question? 2 minutes, we can move ahead. I think some of the team members are there here. People, see, I will do one thing. You take my number and directly WhatsApp. I will manage, not an issue, because my privacy is not important. Now the timely help is important. Take my number, save my number. Even if you get any FIR threat, suddenly some police came into your doorstep, or you are being served with a notice, you call me, send me, share me the actual thing. Whatever help I could do, I will do definitely. So with this note, I think you have enjoyed the lecture. I thank you once again for joining this 4 p.m. lecture. Welcome you all. Thank you. See, Dr. Kostav, you are saying, whenever you called me, you are saying, sir, ये problem है, money नहीं है, ये सब पैसा नहीं है. तो आप कहाँ ज्वाइन करके पैसा को बर्बाद कर रहे देखो. एस्थेटिक एकेडमी, अभी तो मैंने बोला एकेडमी कुछ होते नहीं है ऐसा. तो आप प्रॉपर सुनते नहीं है, फिर बाद में आके हमको बोलते हो पंगा करके आके. ओके, एनीहाउ, थैंक यू.